Hello, hi guys. Thank you for watching my the other video about the Intune tutorial. And today we are going to talk about the BitLocker, how we can configure the BitLocker configuration profile via the Intune, and we'll see the practical session how it going to work. So let me start this video. To enable the BitLocker, you need to go under the devices. Under the devices, here is a configuration profile where we're going to create a configuration profile for BitLocker. Now here is the option for the create a profile, and here let's go to the Windows 10 and later this BitLocker, we're going to enable BitLocker on the Windows 10 and the later Windows 10 devices. And here is a two option: select catalog preview or the template. So whichever you feel good you can select, both are the options are same. So let me go with the template, and under the template here is an option for endpoint protection. So let us select this and create. Now let us define this policy name. It's a BitLocker, and you can give the description whatever you want here. Now click on next, and here is a multiple option related to the Defender application guard, related to the Microsoft Defender firewall, but we are talking especially for the BitLocker in this video. So let us go with the Windows encryption, and here is a setting related to BitLocker, how you can configure these. All are setting relevant to the BitLocker. So let us go the one by one features, and let's see what the feature, what it will do and what does it mean. So here is a Windows setting, and the encrypt device. So yes, we need to enable this encrypt devices, and what it will do, you can move your cursor on icon button, so you can see in the description. So here it mentioned like selecting require or enable the Windows device encryption depending on the device hardware and the Windows version. End user may be asked for the confirmation there is a no third party encryption. So if you need the more detail, you can click on the learn more, and it will redirect to Microsoft site, and here you can get the more detail about the BitLocker. Let us move it back here. Now here is a encrypt storage card. So this is for especially for the mobile devices where we are using the storage card like the memory card, and we would like to enable the BitLocker over there. Now here is a BitLocker base setting, warning for the other devices, the encryption. If you don't want to the configure, what does it mean, you can move it the cursor here, and you can read it what it does that mean. So it's like the warning when the other disks are available on that machine. So the setting prompt to any third party disk encryption on the end user machine. If there is any other third party application which is using to encrypt your the device, the drive, sorry. And if you select the block, so will disable the warning prompt to the other disk encryption, and it required allow to the standard user for the encryption. So if you are not using the any other third party, any other the tool which is using for the encrypt the device, so you should not configure it. If you want to block the other third party or any other application which is used for the encryption, so you can just click here and the block, and here allow the standard user to enable the Azure AD. So once you enable this, and then your the standard user can allow when standard user will allow to encrypt your device during the Azure AD join. So when your machine is joined to the Azure AD, as soon it joined, it will start the encryption. So we are not going to configure this. Now here is a configure the encryption method. So if you want to learn it more, go here and just click on top of that on that icon, and you can get the more detail about the encryption here. So these are the four methods, which is the possibility to set up the methods, what it will do. So you can just read this article to get more details. So let us go here and the enable it, and let it be with the by default. I'm going to with this by default setting only, and let us go with the OS drive setting. So what it will do, so these settings apply especially to the operating system data drive, and these only for the apply to the Windows 10 and the 11, and that is for the education and the Windows 10 mobiles. So this is not at all needed for in our scenario. And here is like a BitLocker with the non-compatible TPM chip. So if you enable this option, then rest of the options will going to work, will be enabled. And the BitLocker for the non-compatible TPM chip. So if you want to block that, you can block, or if you want to set up like a not configure, so you can set up according to you. But if you have TPM uh, in your laptop and you want to use it, so you can use this option, like to allow the TPM startup with the PIM with the TPM allow startup, or you can change the setting as well here. Now I'm not going to configure this option, so let it the disable. And here is the option for the pin, the minimum pin. What exactly it will do? It will give you the pin option, how many pins you want. Let me show you here. So if you select it, then you will be getting the range, the pin range, and how it's going to use it. So when you configure your the pin here, it will be a additionally authentication or the additionally login for your the Windows. It will prompt before your the Windows login authentication, and you can set up it here. The PIM character, which is the length is 4 to 20. So you can define it here like the 6 digit minimum 6 digit pin is required. So um, when user is configuring the pin, at least it should have the 6 digit pin. The OS recovery, if you want to set up is like a OS recovery, so you can enable it, the certificates, and these are the lot of settings here. Based on your requirement, you can configure these all these settings. Now let us move it to these. You can read it and the understand based on your the requirement and the production requirement. You can configure it. But in my lab, I don't have the TPM setup here because I'm working on a VM, and I cannot show you all these options whether practically. So BitLocker fix the drive settings, and let us go with the icon and what it will do. So these setting only the specifically to fix the data drive, and these setting only apply for the Windows 10 and the 11. So write the drive access and the fix the drive recovery, data recovery. Why it is used like a data recovery and all. Down. So suppose your laptop, you have the laptop and someone has taken that hard disk out and is injected in the another laptop or any other way. So the data leakage will be there. To fix it, like no one can use the data or they cannot use the hard disk. So you can just protect your the data drive by using the feature the data drive. So if someone taken the hard disk out and it cannot take in it cannot copy the data from your the uh, hard disk drive. So guys, here is other thing is BitLocker removal data drive setting, how you want to configure it, if you want to block or not configure it, so you can do these all those settings. So I cannot go for all these settings and explain it. It's very much clear. If you move the cursor, you can read it well, and there is a no big confusion. Or if you have any more doubt, you can just go for the learn more to get the more clarity. So let me go here and just click to next. And here is an option where you want to deploy your this BitLocker configuration profile. So you can go here and just select it. Your the group. So I have created a group that is named as BitLocker. So let me assign this policy to BitLocker group. And here is a like compatibility rules. I'm not going to assign it. If you want, you can go and assign it, like the OS edition, and if you want any of the specific OS, so you can use it. So I'm not going to assign anything over here. Now let us click on next and just create this profile. So now this profile is created, and let's see what is inside in that group which we assigned it. So BitLocker, and under the membership we can see in here is a two devices I have. One is here and one is here. So these are the two test devices I taken to activate this BitLocker. Now let me go the one of the device here. This is the test device which I added into that group, and let me open and show you from the starting. Go to the setting. Under the setting you need to go with the account. Under the account you need to go with your access account. Go here, go to the information, and from here you can start a sync up. And the similar action you can do it with your the company portal as well. So both sync will work in same way. You can do it from your the company portal as well. So you can go to the company portal. Let's see, let us sign in. Okay, so now this device is synced up, and let me see whether I got the policy on this machine or not. Click on info, and now here if you seen it, the policies for the BitLocker, it's available on that machine. And here there was a one pop-up we missed out, that was pop up to encrypt needed. So this policy has moved here. Now you can click and just can mention is, are you ready to start encryption? So you can just select it like yes, and now okay, so you must have to start the select the first. I don't have the any other disk encryption software installed to encrypt my disk, so you can just select it or don't ask me again. So you can click yes, and here is a error like the device cannot use this the trusted platform TPM. You're the administrator must allow the BitLocker without any the compatibility TPM, so require the additionally authentication to start up. So why this error is coming? So let's see this error and how we can resolve it. Okay, so let us troubleshoot this error why it is coming, because we need to bypass the TPM, and how we can do that. Let me go the GP edit option, go to the administrative, and here is a Windows component, the BitLocker, operating system, and require the additionally authentication as a startup. So now you can select this and just click OK. And now we are good with this setting. And now let us try again this. Okay, so we need to sync up it again. When the policy reach again, then we can try it one more time. So let us wait. Let me sync this and let's try it again. Okay, let us try on the one more another machine. Let me go here and just see on the another test machine. Let us sync this and we'll do the testing here. So let it sync and we'll get the policy here for the BitLocker. Okay, okay, we got the pop-up for this encryption needed. Let us go here. I don't have the any other software installed. Let's click yes. So it is for the enter the password. What is your the password? So I'm giving the my password here. Go to the next and save it to the Azure AD account. We are not going to save as a file or this. Let us go with the Azure AD account. Okay. And now if we want to save it, then we can save it the locally as well. Let us go here under the desktop. Let's save it. Okay, cool. Let me go in the D drive and save it. Okay, so it won't be saved without the removal. Let it be there saved on that Azure AD account recovery. Let us save again. Okay, cool. Because I don't have the pen drive connected in my the VM and encrypted use the faster. Let us click yes and the continue. So it will take some time just to complete based on the drive size, and then it will complete it. So we can wait until this completed. Okay, now so here this encryption has done, and now it is like a backup for the recovery key. Change the password, turn on. So okay, and this was the it was open the BitLocker. Now it is going on. Sorry, still it taking some time. So it's only 83.8%. It will take some more time to complete it. Okay, guys, so it's done. 88.5% is done till now, and let it complete in the background, and meanwhile we can see in the other things. So once it done, you can see in it here. Here is the icon came that is for the BitLocker, and here as well. So if you go here, and then it's the option got change at the manage BitLocker, change the BitLocker password. If you want to manage your BitLocker, you can click here and you can go here like remove the password, change the password, or backup the recovery key, or even you can do the turn off as well. In the similar way, you can have the BitLocker managed for your the D drive. So this is for the C drive and this is for the another D drive. So, you guys remember when we was setting up this BitLocker, we saved the key on the Azure Active Directory. So let us go with the Azure AD and let's find out the key whether it's available or not. So this is my the Azure AD portal, and here let me go to the devices. Under the devices, all devices, and this is what the device which we encrypted, which we applied the BitLocker key. So here, if you see in it the BitLocker key ID, and here we can see in the show the recovery key. So if you click here, then it will show you the BitLocker recovery key here. So this is the BitLocker key, and this is for the BitLocker recovery key. So guys, that's how you can save your the recovery key. If you want to save it into the pen drive or the USB drive, you can do that as well. And let's see how much percentage is done here. So I can reboot my machine and I can show you the next step what you can do it. So now the BitLocker encryption is done, and it's showing the completed. Let us close, and as it shows you, once it's done, then it will show you the option to manage the BitLocker and change the password. So you can see it here, and the recovery key you can find out from the Azure AD console. So once you go with the device, and you can see it here the recovery key. So let me go and reboot this machine now here, and let us see the other option how it will shows. Let me go. Okay guys, so here is the screen after reboot my machine and asking for the BitLocker. Enter your the BitLocker to unlock this. So here I have to enter the password what we set up it and press enter to continue. So guys, these all about the your BitLocker, how you can set up via the Intune, how you can deploy the BitLocker encryption on your the end user devices. So guys, thank you for watching this video. See you soon in my the next video with some of new tutorial.